Just this morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Morning, Eben, and morning to the viewers.
A year on in a process that many gave you really no chance to pull off and turn it into the success that it has. The SABC News channel is now maturing, doing very well in a competitive market. What are your views?
Well, we're very proud of the channel. It's 1 year old today. The SABC is also 78 years old today. So it's a proud day for us. There's double celebrations happening. Yeah, a lot of people were skeptic that we would be able to launch a channel and be able to fund it with the funding that we said we got. But we're able to pull it off. The channel is still in its infancy. It's a pilot phase for us. We are working towards the full-fledged channel on DTT platforms when we switch over to DTT. It'll be one of the channels that we will launch, and it has always been our aim to make our programs and our services available to the rest of the country, so that everybody has got access to a 24-hour news service, which I think in the current day and age that we live in, that 24-hour news is important for everybody to have to be informed.
Just quickly, the DTT sort of time frames, can you give us maybe a little insight as to what we're looking at?
We are working closely with government and getting ready for the launch of DTT. Internationally, we have to switch over to digital transmissions by middle of next year. Thereafter, the protection of the frequencies on the analog platforms can no longer be assured. So we're working hard towards moving towards the DTT launch.
What does the future hold for the channel itself and then also for the greater SABC?
We're working currently on a new lineup of the channel. We are looking at making some changes to the schedule, improving the quality and the depth of the news coverage that we're going to have in the future.
It's been a year with a lot of highlights, some lowlights. What are the events that stand out for you in the last 12 months?
For the channel, the events for me was the opening. We had the president here in person, which was an honor to have. We also had the news coverage of the funeral of our beloved Mr. Mandela, and then also the amount of coverage that we were able to give on the elections, which I think went very well. We have received many accolades on our election coverage. We've also had visits from other African countries that's going into elections this year to learn from us how we covered the elections. We're working closely with them on that.
I want to not politicize things, but I want to get a little insight. I think it's a question that many people ask. Mainstream media in South Africa has a real hunting pack mentality towards the SABC. How does the organization and the individual in this case, how do you deal with this often unfair criticism that the SABC gets?
We're aware of the noise outside. I refer to it as noise. I said to senior management when I met with them this week that we focus internally on what we can influence and what we can manage. We are not spending too much time on the external noise. We are focusing internally. We're pushing things forward here. We manage day to day internally. That is our job. If we're going to start worrying about the external noise, we're going to lose focus on what we have to achieve. We are moving forwards here internally. We take cognizance of it. We are not deaf to that, but our main focus is internally.
Finally, what your message to the country at large and then also internally to the people that have worked on this project and turned it into the success that it has after a year?
First, internally, I appreciate the hard work that our news crews have done. Also, our facility people who support the news studios, and also management. A lot of hard work went into it. Externally, our viewers, we appreciate their loyalty, we appreciate the affinity. Every pair of eyes who watch our programs and every pair of ears that listen to our radio services, we appreciate, and we are working hard to bring better services to them and to fulfill and comply with our public mandate.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today on this special day, first birthday for the SABC News channel and also the 78th birthday for the SABC at large. That in itself is a wonderful achievement. Thank you, Mr. Tian, Olivier, for joining us this morning.
Thank you for the honor.
Well, time for us to take